Hello, everybody. I'm Dani. Nice to see you. Well, nice to meet you. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the channel I speak in English, but I do have another channel. And today we are talking about the books that I've read during June. I I am absolutely sorry for disappearing for like 3 weeks, but I had a lot of good times actually. But also, I was super lazy because of the heat. And don't mind me, don't how to say, don't judge me too hardly because it's hot. Okay, I couldn't put my makeup on because it doesn't stays on. So also, I'm slightly sweaty at the moment, and I'm not. Turning the fan on because I'm scared the noise will be an issue to deal with, and no, no. So in the month of June I finished 5 books. 4 of them were actually digital books. So this is weird. This is weird. You're going to see the covers here appearing as I talk about the books that I finished. So, first book was Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. This wasn't my first book by this duo. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, which has been very rare this year. Like, I thought last year that I become a bit more judgy and picky when it comes to books, but then like this year started and I became even worse, basically. This book is about Macy, who is this woman who is about to get married with a man she's been dating for a few months. And she runs into her first love, or how she says, her first ever thing, which is Elliot. And they haven't seen each other in like 10 years, 11 years. So many things happen. And they used to be like everything for each other, but something happened and separated them. And there's a lot of like miscommunication or completely absence of communication. Well, anyway, so she meets him and they're adults now and things have changed. And so, like, she has to deal with the past, finally, I would say. I love this book. Okay, I love this book so much because it made me feel everything. Okay, it's a teeny tiny spicy, not so much, but these two authors are so great at expressing emotions, feelings of their characters. And I really like Macy. I really liked Elliot. I just found a bit like the misunderstanding, miscommunication um, trope a bit too heavy. Like, I was like, please tell me what the hell happened. And like, it's literally the last thing you get to know, but I understand. It happens in most of the books that contain this trope, so it makes sense, you know. At the same time I was a bit weirded out by a few things, like who the hell is Sean? Like, why did Macy get with him? No, we get to discover that, but like, I didn't really like his character, but I really like everything about this book. I really like it. It talks about grief and the loss of parents, so be careful if this is a trigger for you. um it's great. It's a great book. I think they're great at writing good romances, but I think they could also write something else, and they probably succeed. Then I've read a book that I don't remember the title of, so let's search for it, because I've read in Italian, of course. Well, it's not that, like, it's not something that I should take for granted because I really I really like to read in English, but I don't always get to do it. Okay, the book is The Sunshine Cruise Company by John Niven, which is about this woman called Susan. Um, Her husband dies in a very weird way, and she's about to lose everything she has. So she talks with a friend, Julie, who's not having the greatest time of her life. And Susan is like, maybe we should rob a bank. And like, why not, you know? And so things happen. And this book was so absurd. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars because I had a great time reading it. I've read it in like 4 5 days maximum because I had to work in the meanwhile. But it was great. It was absolutely great. Um, it was funny. It was a bit vulgar because there's a character which is Ethel, which I loved. Absolutely the greatest character in the whole book. But she tends to speak in a very um, explicit way. Yeah. And the how's it called? Inspector, I think you should say, or detective. Well, yeah, the detective. Biscombe, I think it's his name. Uh, he was such a fool, such a fool. The whole book, like, is so unpredictable, which is one of the greatest thing when it comes to a book. Like, you never get to know what is going to happen next. And I loved it. It's a great book for nice time, like something easy, something um, lightweight, you know? And I think you should read it, but yeah, the language is pretty explicit in case you were asking. Then I've read Poirot, A Style Skirt. I don't know if this is the title that the original version has. But anyways, the first book in the Poirot series by Agatha Christie, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars because it was good. This was unpredictable too. Like, if there's something that I tend to do when it comes to books like this, so mysteries or even thrillers, um, is trying to understand not just what happened, but like trying to guess who made something, you know? And in this case, I understood a few things, but I'm always like, this is my second Poirot book and my third Agatha Christie book. And I'm always a bit speechless about the ending because no, I didn't saw all of that coming, to be quite honest. The point is, the character of Poirot seems a bit weird, which it's okay. But the book, the whole series, I think, is told by Cavendish. No, um, Hastings' point of view, which is like this friend of Poirot. We're in England. In this case, we are at Styles Court. Hastings have been let go home basically from not war but military. So he needs to rest because he had to go through like a period of time spent at the hospital. So this friend of his, which is John Cavendish, invites him to his mansion, we could say, or his family mansion, which is Sire's Court. But his mother-in-law, is it? No, his stepmother dies very unexpectedly, and so, well, many things happens, and it was good. It was good. I think my favorite character between Poirot and Miss Marple. Oh well, no, I can't decide. They're both great, but I still haven't read a Miss Marple book. I've only read Murder on the Orient Express and and oh, I don't remember the title. Let me search for it. And there was no one. I don't remember. Anyway, the most successful book by Agatha Christie. Let me search for it. And then there were no one, which is pretty famous. And I think Orient Express is my favorite so far. This is second in my like top three, and then there were no one. That book is my least favorite, to be quite honest. Then I've read a book by Lisa Jewell. Let me search for the English title, because the Italian title is very different. Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I read this exactly like the John Niven book for the book club that I attend, and this was a thriller. I don't think I've read other thrillers this year. No, not a single one, which is weird because I actually like thrillers, but it's not my go-to genre, which is very sad because I like thrillers. So this was absolutely, I think, the weirdest thing that I've ever read, even when it comes to thrillers. Well, no, I've read another one which could be mentioned, but basically we have this mother that have lost her favorite daughter, who was just 15. Her name was Ellie. She was about to attend the exams of like the finals, and she mysteriously disappeared, and nobody found anything about her. It's been already 10 years and something changes. There's something that gets discovered. And so this woman, this mother who have lost her daughter and also herself with her, because she was so attached to this daughter that she basically lost everything. Like even the good relationship that she may have had with her husband and her other children, everything was kind of distracted because of Helly disappearing. And it's a great novel. I think Lisa Jewell is a great author. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, um, because it was absurd. It was crazy. This book was crazy. Okay, it's told in, I think, 4 points of view or 3 points of view. Yeah, something like that. And the more you read it, the more you want to know. So I remember finishing it while having dinner. Like I literally have my Kobo standing in front of me while I was eating, because I couldn't stop reading it. Okay, I read it in like 4 days, if I'm not mistaken, because it was crazy, but in a good way somehow. I mean, it's still a thriller, so like trigger warning for many things, honestly. But yeah, I couldn't stop reading it. The only reason I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 stars is because weird, weird. Um, there's a character that makes weird things, and yeah, it's like you don't know who you should trust, so you end up not trusting a single one of the characters except for the main one, who is the mother, which name is Laurel. I'm sorry, but yeah, it was absolutely one of the best books I've read so far this year. Then, last book I finished was Orange Volume 1 by Ichigo Takano. Um, this is a weird manga. It's about this girl whose name is Now. She receives a letter by future self, but like a real letter that says, this is going to happen and I have regrets because of that. So please just know that I don't want to have regrets and you should not have regrets. So let me tell you what's going to happen and how you should not act, or how you could be better than what I was. I gave this manga, a 5 out of 5 stars because I have cried so much for this manga. I think it's pretty much, well, not the first time that I cried for a manga, but the the first time I cried so heavily for a manga. Okay, I was here in my bed with my boyfriend. He was reading his stuff. I was reading mine, and I was like sobbing so hard because whoa, like one of my colleagues was like, "Oh yeah, that's a nice manga." Nice. This is the saddest manga I've ever read, man. Like you could have told me that. So when he's back from Japan, I'm going to have a heavy conversation about this manga with my colleague because man, you can say, "Oh yeah, that's a nice manga to read." Don't say so. Say it's the saddest manga that you've ever read, because it is. But the big issue that I have is that I've read the first volume in Italian, but I can read the next ones because they're all in two provinces, because I live in one province and I work in another one, and in these two provinces there's only one library that have the whole collection. So I should wait some time before it gets to my library, and then I have like a short amount of time to read. I don't think I have a full month to read the book that I get from another library. Well, anyway, but it's a bit difficult to have them because they haven't been printed in Italy since, I don't know, a decade at least. And if I had to buy them now, like I either go and search for them like for a used version, but they are so, like they're little to zero copies. No, there I've seen like two people selling the whole collection for quite a pricey price. Sorry, my English is not Englishing better than usual. It's even worse than usual. But anyway, or the only other option for me, because well, I don't speak French. Apparently, the French publishers did publish this manga. My only option is to buy them or get them somehow in English. Okay, but the English copies are awful because it's like two volumes that get together, multiple volumes. So it's like one is like this, the other is like this. So they're not so practical to be read, which is weird. Like, okay, don't print every single volume like separated from the others, but like this big. I could also buy the digital format, and I think I'm gonna do that anyway because I need to know what the hell happened, because I need to know. Anyway, at the moment I'm reading. Let me tell you what's the English title about this book. Of this book, oh my god, Frankie. Let me see with with the name of the author. Okay. Um, The Disreputable History of Frankie Landau Banks by E. Lockhart. This is my fourth E. Lockhart book. It's a young adult. I'm halfway through it. And it's about this girl that is attending a private school for rich kids. This is it. Like, this is the plot. And she starts dating a boy that is part of this sort of confraternity, sorority. This is the English name of this type of like secret society that is just for boys. Okay, girls can get to this secret society, and she's a feminist, and she wants to do something because she's very smart. So why are they only allowed to enter this society because they're boys, you know? So I'm halfway through it. It's kind of boring, to be quite honest. There's nothing bad with this book, but the only thing is, like, I'm not too motivated to keep reading. So I don't know if I didn't have it. It's not bad. It's just like it's about rich young people. So not really my type of book. I just want to read something else by E. Lockhart. Also, I don't know if the new book from the We Were Liars series is out yet. Definitely not in Italian. So uh, I don't remember if it's out yet in English. Well, anyway, then I'll have two books to read for my book club, but since I've bought a few books this month, I'm going to talk about them actually in the next video. I don't know where it come. I'm sure I will be disappearing halfway through July because I need to get one of my wisdom teeth pulled out. So I need some time to rest. But I think we'll see each other pretty quickly. Like, I think next week, if everything goes as it should. Well, anyway, thank you so much. I want to know what you've been reading this month, what you will be reading this month. And yeah, this is it. Bye.